Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I'm Dr. Sri Irene as the CEO of DJ. Today I'm glad to welcome all board at the meeting. So present at the meeting, Encik Irfan, our Financial Manager 1 and 2, Ms. Ferdina as a Maybank representative, while Datin Dina as representative of DJ shareholders. As we all know, our agenda in this meeting is about should or not we make a loan for this project. So let's start our meeting with the company financial report. Encik Irfan, can you explain further about our company financial report?
Assalamualaikum. I am Mr. Irfan as the financial manager of this company. Today, I will be explaining further detail on the data collected from DG. Now, we start by the liquidity ratio. The first one, current ratio. The results showed that the current ratio for Maxis is lower than DG, which is 0.52 times. Compared to DG, the current ratio is 0.67 times. This shows that Maxis company have problem to meet the short-term debt. Compared to DG company able to meet the short debt. This is because Maxis company have a lot of debt from the current total assets. Therefore, the company cannot afford to pay short debt. Second one is quick ratio. The results show that the quick ratio for Maxis is lower than DG, which is 0.52 times. Compared to DG, the current ratio is 0.64 times. DG's company has high liquidity and easily meets its short-term debt, while Maxis shows low liquidity indicating otherwise, and the company will face bankruptcy. This is because DG company has plenty of cash or liquid assets on hand can easily pay any debts that may come due in the short term. That is an indicator of high liquidity and financial health. For the second category is asset management. First one, inventory turnover ratio. The results show that the quick ratio for DG is lower than Maxis, which is 70 times. Compared to Maxis, the current ratio is 3,104 times. Roll the inventory management to generate sales for the DG company is less efficient than Maxis. Therefore, for the DG company to sell products, roll back the inventory and replace the stocks of goods soon in 2019 was less successful than Maxis. Second one is total asset turnover. The results show that the total asset turnover for Maxis is lower than DG, which is 0.42 times. Compared to DG, the current ratio is 0.77 times. This shows that Maxis company should increase its sale or some asset may be disposed of compared to DG company. Maxis company is able to generate larger sales. For the third category, leverage ratio. First one, debt ratio. The results show that DG company, the debt ratio is 92%, which is higher compared to Maxis, 69%. It seems that DG company use more debt to buy the assets. The lower ratio is more favorable than a higher ratio. This indicates that DG company is facing higher degrees of debt financing, and this will hinder the potential of longevity of the company. Second is debt to equity ratio. The result shows that DG company, the debt to equity ratio is 6.76 times, which is higher compared to Maxis company, 1.25 times only. This indicates that more creditor financing, which is bank loan, is used than investor financing in DG company. It is considered a risk to creditors and firms because the high degree of debt to equity ratio. For the last category, profitability ratio. First one is gross profit margin. The result shows that the gross profit margin percentage DG company is higher than Maxis company, which is 30% compared to Maxis, where the gross profit is 22%. DG company is able to control cost of goods sold relative to its sales revenue. This shows that the G company has increased slightly in return on contribution margin or gross profit and is able to have the capacity to pay short-term commitment on time. Second one, net profit margin. The results show that the net profit margin percentage DG company is higher than Maxis company, which is 23% compared to Maxis, where the net profit margin is 16%. This shows that DG company is more efficient at converting sales into actual profit compared to Maxis, where company isn't efficiently converting revenue into profit. It is because DG company is efficient in using its asset and converting their sales to generate earning compared to Maxis. For example, DG company has made more profit where they make 23 cents for every 1 ringgit compared to Maxis where they only made 16 cents for every 1 ringgit. Using ratio analysis, we were able to determine that the performance between DG and Maxis is experiencing a very big difference. This was discovered despite the fact that both companies are experiencing similar levels of success. That's all from me, and thank you very much.
Thank you for your explanation. How about our ratio analysis?
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Nur Firdina and I'm the Maybank representative. So Datuk Sri, the debt ratio in your company is unfortunately a little bit high. So I will not recommend you to apply for any loans right now, especially if you want to invest in a big project. Okay, let me explain to you just for your information. Leverage ratio basically gives an indication of effectiveness and efficiency of the company in controlling and managing the financial decision, as well as measuring the firm's tendency to use debt in financing its assets and liabilities. Okay, so basically, if debt ratio is more than 1, it means that DG has more liability than assets, which means that is not good for our.
Can you elaborate more on that?
Moving on to industry average. So basically, on what I read here, DG has such a high debt ratio percentage compared to the industry average. So DG has 92%, meanwhile industry average only has 69%. So basically, this indicates the tendency of company risk of bankruptcy. And based on the analysis that I have in front of me right now, the debt to equity in DG is 6.76 times. So if you compare DG to industry average for debt to equity ratio, we find that DG has a higher ratio compared to industry average. So basically, that means industry average has a lower potential of having financial risk upon the debt, and this will lead the company to a serious financial risk by analyzing of all the ratio.
Thank you, Ms. Ferdinand, for your explanation. Encik Irfan, on your opinion, do we still need to make a loan?
Thank you everyone for your detail and explanation. So, considering the statement of the financial position of both that has been presented, so from my point of view, I noticed that there is an increase in comprehensive profit compared to the previous year. So I think that's quite impressive according to your financial statement. The thing that I want to focus is on leverage ratio. So I noticed that most of the ratio are more stimulating, and I think that's pretty concerning. To be involved in such project costs a lot of to the company. I have doubt whether our company could accommodate with such high rates. So what can you currently to maximize the return?
I remain confident in my stance to continue meeting in this project. if I decided not to continue this project, this might lead to the superior to withdraw from this project. As the result, our company will no longer get to compose projects that can potentially increase our company profits.
Great. If that's so, I'm looking forward to good news from all of you. I believe that DG does not have stable financial management as of now, which will make it too for the company to pay loan during the given time.
So, based on the clarification and data that has been provided by all of you, I think we should not proceed in applying to the loan because we can't pay it. And then, alright, thank you everyone for your great cooperation. So, meeting is dismissed. You all can leave this call.